Callum Paterson, what do you think about this? Because I actually want to talk to you about this because we started disagreeing on message last night and I was like, we don't disagree on the podcast. So, you can't see it because your hood was over it. I know what you were trying to do there. You failed me. You failed me.
There you go.
He's got the shirt. He's got the shirt. Where is my shirt? It's probably in there somewhere. But yeah, see, that's an old channel joke. Not even a podcast joke. No. The big P.
It was a live stream, if I remember correctly.
What? They're going to become collector's item if he leaves. Right. Do you think he's going to leave? Because I think you do.
I do think he's going to leave, but the only reason I think he's going to leave because it's going back home to Scotland and it's going back to the club he started at. If you followed what Callum Paterson's had to deal with his mum, with her cancer, I'm wondering to the aspect of just being closer to home and stuff. Now, I did know he was building a house in Sheffield.
The way you presented this to me last night, though, Jake, this is the point I'm trying to get across, is the fact that you thought he might leave without, with Darren even wanting him to stay and he wouldn't have it's sort of like maybe Chansiri sells him or the deal gets through and we end up without a replacement, that sort of thing.
It's more
and that's where I massively disagree.
It's more because one of the replacements is gone. He's signed for them today. And the problem is, Darren Moore have made it very clear he doesn't want him to sell. But Chansiri also knows he needs to start not letting players go for free.
Yeah, and I understand that. I understand that side of it. Carry on, and then I'm going to
The problem is, Darren Moore has been burnt in the past. When he was Donny manager, they had Ben Whiteman, and they sold him underneath him. Now, I don't think he would be sold underneath him, and I think Darren Moore will get a replacement involved. But the problem is, the kind of replacement Darren Moore will bring in is not the kind of replacement we need. We don't need a 20-year-old Premier League kid. We need someone who knows League One or League Two to come in and step in.
He ain't going anywhere this season if we don't get that sort of replacement in. I'm telling you that now, and I'll come back to this and go, I got something very wrong when it happens. If he's going to Hearts and we haven't got a replacement properly, at the minute we ain't signing anyone, mate. That's what I'm quite concerned about. Let me finish.
Hang on.
Let me finish. He will be signing a pre-contract, right? See? He will be signing, if he's going anywhere, he's signing a pre-contract. We never disagree on this podcast. Let me revel in it for once.
What I've been told, and now this is the big one, what I've been told, it blindsided the club a little bit. Even though it's been said in the media and it had been reported today.
But then you change your mind.
No.
And you go, no, because it's not over the line, is it? Carry on, get your breath back, carry on. I feel like I'm beating an old man here because he's balling.
But what I'm saying is, I'm just concerned that if you look at our striking options, right? It's Michael Smith, brilliant. Windass, technically not a striker. Gregory's back in training but got a back issue. Wilkes. How many times this season have we had to rely on Paterson coming off the bench to change the game a little bit?
I agree.
The problem I've got is that I'm scared of us not getting someone in who's the right replacement. I'm scared of us getting a young 21-year-old or 19-year-old or John Jules kind of person. Remember last season, we had the opportunity to go get Sam Crossroads and John Jules, and Darren Moore said we didn't need any strikers. This is my concern because we don't have another ready-made replacement for Paterson. I don't think he's going without a replacement anyway. I think he doesn't go anywhere until a replacement's in. The problem is there's a player there who has said openly he wants to play more and he wants to have game time, but how the do you let him get in between Smith and Windass at the minute without being a part-time off-the-bench player? That's my concern.
I just don't think it... I honestly, I think probably
I
the
want to
best
give him
of
a new
both.
contract, to be fair.
Yeah, so do I at the minute. It's just as a utility. It's a centre back anyway, isn't he? No, he'd go back to Hearts and play at right back anyway, wouldn't he? That's where he played originally for him.
It's actually really funny because I went trolling through the Heart forum and they were all like, where do we play him? Do we play him as a right back? Do we play him as a goalkeeper? And so he said, no, we just put him in the pond and he can go fishing.
He's
and he'd been waiting goal the last couple of games. He's been
This screams to me as a situation of he probably wants to go back, and even though it depends on the fee, right? As well, I want to cater this in, because if the fee is $1 million plus, which I don't think it will be,
no,
right? Then I'd probably do it, and we'd just scramble for a loan replacement. Because I don't know though, because is promotion worth $1 million at this stage? Yeah, it is, isn't it? But is Paterson the promotion link? No. The
problem is, it's this annoying thing because we've always said on this podcast, and when we put privately, when we get players in 6 months of contract, we should get a fee and let them go. We're now in that position where we're like, no, not when we're so close.
Yeah, it's one of those where you wouldn't really want to leave the projects at this stage anyway.
No.
Especially with so many contracts running down, you might as well just wait.
I think we got a full first 11 out of contract at the end of the season.
And a lot of them will know that they possibly won't be part of it next season. But if you sign a contract now, every single person in the fan base is good. Whenever you have a slightly bad performance, they're going to think, well, you don't care anyway.
I do agree with Caboodle Fish. I think that's the right amount of money.
Yeah, not spending more than 400k.
Yeah.
I think he's probably worth more than that to us. So I'd keep him, and I would offer him a new contract.
But we're not offering new contracts.
No, I don't mean I'd offer it him now. But he's definitely going to sign a pre-contract with them. So basically, we decide, do we want 400k? Or do we want him for another 6 months and have backup for when our injury curse strikes again? Is that worth 400k to us having a backup? I'd say yes. So if we're not getting that much money, I would just keep him and let him go on a pre-contract.
Also, a lot of people forget Paterson is only 28.
Yes.